Oh yes, we are back on Borodino. Look at this map. Look at the cavalry that Uvarov is bringing. What is up, Kingsman? Welcome back to another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. This is going to be a doozy, or it's going to be epic, I guess is the word. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be one that you don't want to miss. So buckle down, guys, and get yourself ready for probably one of the greatest battles of the Russian campaign. Today we have the realistic course, the realistic battle as it actually took place. Look at these Russians ready in the earthworks. We got Duktorov, getting better with pronunciations, I feel like. A 12-pounder setup. We got, like I said, Uvarov in Duktorov's cavalry pushing out to scout the positions. Look at that cav. Look how much of it. Of course, we do, have a Russian reinforcing army of Kingston. Probably butchered that, but I don't even care anymore because, oh gosh. Nope, I'm sorry. Hold on. Titichgov. I don't know. You can correct me in the comments. I don't know how to say that one. I'm not even gonna lie. But we have the French. Look at this masses of army approaching up here. Oh yes, we got the reserves. We got Voltaire set up. These guys are ready to seize the day, to march on to Moscow. At least that's what they are thinking right now. Will they make it, guys? That is the question. Will these poor guys make it to Moscow and back before the Russian winter slays them all, causes them to freeze to death, Cossacks destroying them? Gotta love these beautiful lines, though. This is a picture. This is a picture in and of itself. I love how this looks. There's stuff about seeing a bunch of lines all marching together. You know, it makes the heart glad. We have over here another French army way on the right side. A Bavarian army as well. LOC taken here on the right. I think this is actually called Borodino, as the French are approaching. In fact, we actually have some French attacking here, some sappers against light infantry. This is definitely not going to be doing very well for the French here. Light infantry are not going to do as well. Oh, we do have some skirmishers getting charged here by some dragoons. Actually, they're going to peace out because we have some French who are going to immediately fire a volley. Wow. That was a very fast reaction here, emptying quite a few saddles. Now, I'm surprised. Uvarov seems to be sending his cavalry just over to the left only, as you can see. Yeah, he's literally taken over this left side entirely. And there's a French army that has not pushed out here. Maybe that is why they're trying to delay this French army, who seems to be retreating back after seeing so much cavalry. Not all of it is seen yet, but artillery for Russia. Oh, look at this. They have stakes that have deployed. They are ready. I think they're ready to defend these earthworks to the death. One could say. As artillery is firing, not sure what they are shooting at. Over here in this LOC, it does look like France has been repulsed. Look at the masses of light infantry as well that are pushing over to the side. Guys, Russia is ready to defend this. You can feel the determination. They're even being aggressive here. It's a very foggy, cool, like I feel like this is a morning. Like a foggy, cool morning breeze going through. You can like feel like, you know, everybody was forced to wake up. Oh, do we have the French finally being seen? Yes, we do. But they seem like they're a little delayed here. They do seem to be not wanting to push out. And that's probably just because they don't have a lot of cavalry. Their artillery is actually setting up. Interestingly enough, they should start advancing here. France does not seem to be advancing at all on this side, which may spell death for them in the long run, as they're not able to push across this field as quickly as possible. They should be getting a little more aggressive here because the left side is attacking immediately. Artillery actually calling for a general here. Dishonorable. No, I'm just kidding. It's not dishonorable, but it is, you know, shameful if they do kill a general, because generals should not waste time trying to fight other generals. Oh, look at this fight. Spanning the entire side. Oh, we have some cavalry. Are they going to make it? They're getting shot to pieces by skirmishers. These poor Gusaris getting chopped up. They're not going to make it. That was a suicide charge by the Russians. and instead they lose half their men. Now, France is being very passive as of right now, except for right here next to the earthworks. Quite honestly, not a wise decision to push. This is probably one of the strongest positions that can be attacked, and Russia is ready to defend it. And honestly, they have quite a lot of troops to defend it. I mean, look at this. They have lines upon lines. They have light infantry, artillery set up. It just seems like a bad idea by France to attack. I don't know. You can tell me what you think. Over here, it looks like Russia is going to push up here. France does have... Oh, uh-oh. We do have some cavalry in charge. Uvarov, don't blow it. Don't risk your heavy cav. Dragoons charging in here, slicing up these poor Russian cavalry. Oh man, they are just toasting them. Oh my goodness, we have even more Russian cav charging in here. Dragoons. Oh my goodness, so many Dragoons. Look out for the Bavarian lines. These guys could form square potentially, although they are giving a fire order. Russia, don't. Russia's actually lost 2 cavalry. More French cav now charging in. Cuirassiers and Dragoons. And hopefully France... Oh my goodness. What are you doing? Do not engage this square. It is madness. Alright, they're getting themselves out of there, having taken some losses. Alright, now I'm not feeling so bad for France. I mean, they took a very good cav fight already. Now, we do have cavalry, and then we have some lights. Now, the one concern I see here, guys, 1 square. Actually, 2 squares. 2 squares. I would actually stagger the squares right here and right here, and then have my non-squarables right next to them. That way, if they do charge in, you know, you'll be fine. Now, over here on this side, we have a lot of light infantry, like I said, engaging the cavalry running away from here. Where's the French infantry? That is the question that I would be asking myself. Russia is looking like to be advancing over along the river. You can see skirmishers rushing across here. I think France probably is going to disengage potentially against this mound. Is earthworks? Maybe. We'll see. Where are the reinforcements? That is what I am wondering here. All right, here they are. Tuchuchkov. I'm just going to say it that way. A lot of cav. Man, Russia has so much cav, guys. This is good for them. Very good for them. We do have potentially French infantry in the woods. They got to be very cautious here. They got to be very cautious. They are. Yep, here we go. Here's the French lines. These guys look ready, fully equipped. Oh my goodness, there's so many of them. That fight is raging. Skirmishers against the Russians. And quite honestly, things are looking all right either way. No one's particularly won anything yet. Both sides just pouring in some volleys. Gorgeous, gorgeous shots here by yours truly. Oh, hold that thought. I think we have some more cavalry engaging. Oh my goodness. Uvarov is not supporting his lines at all. I am concerned that Uvarov is just going to stay off by himself. Oh no, he has cavalry here. I apologize. I am criticizing someone for something that they actually are doing just fine. Where's the French cav? I would be asking myself that. These contingent of Russian soldiers are advancing against artillery and French line infantry. You know there's cavalry nearby. You gotta know there's cavalry nearby for France. You just gotta be so cautious about it. Alright, here's some right here. That's a dragoon. This light infantry should be advancing on the flank here. Why leave some of your units out high and dry by themselves? Push these units across and start attacking here. This artillery is I guess this artillery is gonna be a problem. Oh, what did I say, guys? What did I say? More cavalry. Actually looks like they maybe are engaging here against this line infantry. Let's see here. We got some lancers and some cuirassiers. This is spelling doom for the Russian infantry. dropping several of them, but they smack in, hit a square, and they break. But the heavy cav is coming, and guess who can't form square and who already poured in a volley? Let's follow this charge in. Oh, they're dropping them. They're actually dropping quite a lot of crossieres. And France is gonna definitely, Russia's gonna definitely want to get out of there, as France actually seems to be getting very aggressive on the attack. Still just a line fight. Bavaria joining in on this fight. Oh, do we have, yep, we have the crossieres charging in here. Going straight for the center. Oh, what a charge. And look at Russia trying to get themselves away. It's probably not going to be enough, as, oh my goodness, France is going to mass route 3 of the line infantry. 1 form square. These guys can't form square, and they're getting bayonet charged here. Oh no, what a huge loss for Russia. France throwing in the heavy cab with some lines. All they got to do is bayonet charge this square, or even just shoot it from this angle, honestly, and they'd be fine. All right, let's check in over here where this line fight. Oh my gosh, the artillery picking apart this French army. These 12 pounders in a beautiful spot here. And so France, yeah, they're going to definitely get themselves out of there. You can see the dead getting pretty high here. Definitely not something they want to see. They've taken some heavy losses, and Russia just look to be, oh, the poor horse. Russia looks to be in a better position here. Well, over here, it looks like Uberov is still pressuring this French army, but they actually are managing to run away towards their ally, which could be a bad sign or a bad thing for the rest of the Russian forces here. Although, to be honest, Uberov has still delayed the enemy quite a lot. Look at this large artillery piece set up. So the Russians are waiting. They are waiting now. They have set up, and they're waiting for the French to make the fatal mistake of charging across this open field and letting himself get decimated here. In fact, Russia has brought quite a lot of artillery. That is a secret to Russian greatness in BORODINO. Now, unfortunately, this right flank seems to not be doing too well for Russia. Hopefully some of the troops will come back. These guys are broken and tired, but they could come back. And this other last Russian troop is wavering and shaken. The best thing that Russia could have right now is to have all 3 of these units come back, because that could honestly save the day. Oh, they're actually, troops are starting to come back. It's very possible that these guys could all come back. We will see. Now, Russia is starting to push on an angle here. This is going to be a problem for France. Hold that thought. I hear a cav engagement? Do I hear some cavalry? No. Thought I heard a cav engagement. I apologize for jerking the screen around a bunch. But yeah, France is now going to be fighting on an angle here. France was attacking. It looks like France had an artillery battery potentially set up to then fire on the flank here and protect their flank. That's what I'd be doing. I'd have artillery set up right here. That way they can fire down here. You can always create a gap in the lines to let them fire on the Russian position on this side as well. When you see France is not going to win this engagement on the LOC, or not the LOC, but on the high ground. Russia may not even have the greatest amount of forces here, but they just have some amazing... Oh, hold that thought. Because France is now about to attack. Russia's units all came back. That's some really good light infantry. Despite losing a couple men, man, they really actually are taking this back. And France is now the one who is being attacked here. Russia is just causing them to run into the forest and die. Yeah, look at this. Russia's coming back. This French unit doesn't even know what's about to hit them. Can you imagine that poor French unit? You think you've won your side of battle and it's over. France still pushing across here. This is actually beginning to look a little bit messy for France. They have some skirmishers and line infantry, but the artillery and infantry of Russia is starting to mobilize along with Uberov closing in. France pushing themselves into one small area. They have a forest that they could always fall back to, I guess, if things went badly for them. But they just don't have the infantry or cavalry. That is the one thing. If you bring Uvarov, guys, it is very difficult as France. Now, France is taking a engagement that honestly seems a little bit messy here. Their units, you can see the death and destruction that has been caused by artillery. I mean, there's some poor Ghazaris mixed in here with the French lines. The tension, man, look at this. Look at these poor guys. Anyway, over in the forest here, this French unit is getting just totally torn apart by Russian lines. They are definitely going to die.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Whose general is under attack? You can just see the volleys from here. Oh, that looks kind of cool. That is pretty cool here. Maybe a little laggy, potentially. But you can see the death. The dead bodies everywhere. You see the French actually have pulled into the forest. They have their cavalry set up to face off against Uvarov. This is Crossieres. I'm surprised they have not mobilized their heavy cav over to this side to deal with this Russian army. Russia cannot form a lot of squares, guys, so this actually would be the place I would attack, assuming they cannot form square. Now, granted, there are some cavalry over here to countercharge and artillery. That's why you have to push up some lines of your own and then charge in here, flank around, or charge in here. Granted, you have to watch out for Uvarov, but heavies are not the way to go. Russia has one in the forest here, and so this small French win is not going to last very long. I wonder who's winning this fight. Does not look like Bavaria is technically winning. They have taken some. They beaten a little bit of the enemy forces here, but this line is holding strong. Stalwart defense. Do we have a cav engagement? Oh my gosh, we do. Uvarov is committing here, and they're hitting a lot of Crossieres. Oh man, Uvarov is not doing well. They are throwing everything into one massive cav engagement. If France has a general nearby, this is gonna be over. If they lose Uvarov, guys, it's over. They are throwing in fresh cav as, oh my gosh, this is turning into a massive cav fight. And France is starting to break. France should not have committed so many forces here. They should have not. And Russia's got to be careful here because they are throwing a lot of troops into one line. Both of your units out. Let them rest up here, because if you manage to lose, yeah, see, they're pulling out now, but if you manage to lose just a little bit too much, France is going to roll you into the mud. Oh, no, they're losing their cav. Just a massive cav fight, guys. Nothing to see here. It's not even really strategic, but I think France still has a heavy, but they are going to probably get surrounded, clamped on 3 different sides by Russia. Although, maybe not. They just need a general to inspire them. Infantry needs to push up for France. Why are they not pushing up? Push up the infantry. Same time, what's happening over here? Uh-oh. We got some cavalry push up to take out some French guns. France is even pushing up in Borodino itself. Let's see if this Kazaki can take out the... Oh, no. They're going to get just shot to pieces. Pull back. Don't... They're going to go in. They should not go in. They should not go in. All right, well, maybe they will break that artillery. Now, over on this side, oh, Uvarov lost their cav. They lost it. They lost all of it. Now, they have some of it coming back, but they just gambled it all. Granted, they were able to, you know, break a lot of French cav, but France came back. And now they are in big trouble because they don't have cav to defend all this Russian lines. which means the scales tip back in favor of the French. Granted, they are losing in this line fight. I think they are. And France is getting pushed on this flank, but they have a forest and a river to defend themselves. I don't know, guys. It is still pretty close. France is actually committing to a town fight here. They're getting in close into melee, smacking into the flank of Russia, as Russia is going to try to hold this town. France is getting much closer here. France, can they follow this up? Yep, they're going to follow it up. Cavalry, though, charging in. Did they form square in time? Oh, man, this actually... Oh, wow, they broke up. Probably the LOC really helped, I'd imagine. But here goes a point-blank volley by France. Or not.
Our men are running, sir.
Uvrov is gone, guys. Uvrov is off the battlefield. France has been victorious. Their cav is spent, but they still have cav. And now this line fight is spanning the entire... up all the way up to Borodino, although Russia is definitely making a win here. We have a cavalry engaging here. Nope, they're going to fall back. The Chasseurs Cheval falling back. Do not want to hit what looks like some squares. Save your cav. Definitely save your cav. Russia may actually be able to push on this flank, though. Repulsing the first of the French forces. And now they can fall back. Russia's going to have to fall back. No, sorry. France. Gosh. France is going to have to fall back to this river, probably. Oh, my goodness. We have a cav charge going for the guns. And a square was formed, but it may not be enough.
Our men are running, sir.
Artillery piece got kind of hammered in the middle. I don't think France should, or I don't think Russia should not sit in that cav. I think they did just as much damage as France did to their own artillery piece. That was also kind of a square check for France. They were able to see that Russia does not have squares. Well, guess what? These heavies now should be able to move with impunity. Start smacking into some Russian lines. Russia can easily be broken here. They just have to put the squares in the strategic places. So that France can't capitalize on the fact that that Russia does not have Uvrov anymore. Beautiful line fight, though, we got going. Quite beautiful. The smoke everywhere. You see the flashes. You see the flags. Both sides just in a bitter struggle. Looks like Borodino is being reclaimed by Russia as they are pushing forward here using their light infantry with great effect. I mean, these guys have some amazing reload accuracy stats, which is going to make this a very easy win on this side. I think this may be the undoing for France. And they're not really engaging by this artillery piece anymore. And that may be a wise choice for them, is they want to engage on the area, maybe on the right flank, where they may have a little bit more of a chance, especially with this artillery setup. Beautiful placement. They have plenty of Russians to shoot at. Plenty of Russians to shoot at. And they have definitely a safe place for the artillery to sit for Bavaria. And France. It does look like they're disengaging a little bit here, as they definitely are shifting reserves with this huge flank that Russia has on France. They are going to have to fall back. Obviously, Bavaria is shifting over reserves. They are very weak in the center. This is actually a really wise place for France to, or Russia to engage. I would even venture to say that Russia should send in some cav. This guy can't form square. Guarantee you. This unit probably almost can't. One volley, one hit with the artillery could probably force them out of square formation. And you can start pressuring this whole side. Go straight through and separate, isolate this whole French army. If you punch in right here, you're going to force Bavaria to fall back to the river, fall back everyone, and then you can actually just punch this way and then circle take out the whole left flank of France, especially with so many forces able to put so much pressure on France. France shouldn't even be trying to fight this. I think they should be falling back across the river entirely, especially with your center so weak. But we will see. We will see what Russia does now. Russia is on the defensive still, not really wanting to do a lot. I think they're letting France make the next move. I would be wanting to make the, especially on this, not this left flank. They need to be defending, but on the right flank and the right center, attack, attack, attack. That's what I would do. There's not a lot of cav here, although it may look like we have some French cavalry. Oh, they have squares. We have the heavy cav charging in once more. Let's see how many of them start to drop. Brave, brave French cavalry. Oh, they've done it again. They've done it again, although they're getting shot up. Allah. They are getting shot up. That's why you have to be very cautious with how you charging your cav. I would have put them in like a wide range here and then gone in on this side. But unfortunately, it was such a large span that probably Russia wasn't able to turn all their units at fire at will off. And that's what you get. So even with the loss of Uvarov, France is still not making a decisive win here. They lost their heavy cav. They should probably be shifting over more heavy cav over to the other side. Now we do have Kachuchkov, I think that's how you say that, pushing over. What, they got some Kazakis, not very well matched. They do have a very nice Dragoon unit in the very back as a reserve. Love the white horses. Wait, what? France is committing another attack on the guns with some Dragoons? And I think that this time Russia may... Nope. They have not driven back the guns. Even now. This unit has continually been squaring right in the middle of this artillery piece, and that's what's been breaking any French cav. But we do have potentially a bait trap here, as France may try to commit to a charge here with line infantry and cavalry reserves. 2 Dragoons here. France took the bait, and they are going in. Wow. And you can see they're already starting to waver as there's a square that's popping them. Oh, France, you got baited. Look at this square just waiting for them, and they broke another cavalry unit. France is not playing very wise with their cav at this point. They're going for some pretty big baits. Now we do have France setting up to fire on the flank of Russia, but now they're exposing the whole flank to Russia over on this side. Oh, Russia went in with a bayonet charge with some grenadiers. The problem with the grenadiers for Russia is it's really hard to tell what Russian grenadiers look like because they look like line infantry. But Bavaria is actually pouring in a really, really accurate, deadly volley on these grenadiers, and they are just killing a lot of them. France is managing to lock down the side just a little bit. I think my son tried coming in here. Yeah, man, Russia should be attacking or moving the troops. Just sitting here, I mean, I get they're defending and France isn't really attacking, so man, they're at some point you gotta do something. You can't just sit there forever. I demand action. I'm just kidding. There's obviously something happening. They can probably wait for this flank, which is definitely getting shot up. Russia is winning rather decisively at this point. They just have some better shooters. They're just able to pour in some better accurate fire than the French and Bavarians are. Man, look at that. Fighting for the motherland. Ooh, actually, both sides are putting in some good fire, but we do have a cav charge. Nice open area for the cavalry to charge through. These dragoons are going for something. Going for Bavarians. Oh, and Bavaria is able to form a square. And now France is going to get a nice volley off on these poor dragoons. They need to get themselves out of there before that happens. And they do. Now they know Bavaria has a square. Still nothing over here. It's like very strangely quiet on this side. Everyone has invested everything into this right flank. It's like a piecemeal battle. One side fights and then disengages, and the other side fights and disengages. Artillery, though, for Russia is hopefully... I don't know where they're firing. They should be firing right along this side. Fire at this angle right here. Go for this side of the line. You will start breaking them. Yeah, there we go. Nah, Russia's going in again. And this time, France is not able to answer. This line has been getting chopped up and is starting to just break immediately. Now they're gonna follow their cav back, and Lions can start pushing forward here. Oh, France is collapsing. France is gonna lose this one. See, now France's cav shows up. Too late. Too late, my friend. Okay, France. Let's chill the pull through here. Oh my gosh. What is happening? You can't pull through squares. They're gonna die anyway because they're pulling through a square. It's gonna kill them. Or not. I don't know. That's not right at all. You can't do that. You can't pull through 2 Russian units to engage cav in the back. It's just, you're gonna lose first of all because your units are just gonna die. So that's very deserved for the units to break after not really breaking a whole lot. But also, it's suicide. Don't do it. If you're pulling through units, you're gonna die probably. Usually that's what happens. I mean, sometimes you can get some good kills, but it's an exploit and not allowed. Yeah, you have Russia falling back just a little bit. I mean, France still has a lot of firepower. It's just so weird how this side just isn't engaging whatsoever. It's weird. There's 36 minutes remaining in this battle and nothing is happening here. Russia should go on the offensive. Help out your ally. Push forward here. I would push forward right here. Push these units forward. I mean, like I said, I know it's defensive for them, so they don't want to lose this side, especially if they're winning over on this side, no matter how, you know, how well you are winning. It's probably wise to just be defensive, I guess, but put some pressure on him, you know, force them to have to fight in 2 places at once. There we go. Yes. Advance out of your trenches. Attack them. These lines are not going to do too well. We do have some, oh, what? Some Kazakis in the back lines? Is it just me, or is Russia getting pushed back all of a sudden? Why is Russia falling back? Oh, there's a general over here. I think.
We have killed their general.
Yeah, they killed a general. That actually could really help this side and how they're going to get themselves out of there. Zakis are a lot faster. France is going to advance into the teeth of the guns as Russia once again is falling back to Borodino. They have inflicted damage they needed, and now they are going to fall back. That artillery, look at that. Quite a living hell to go up against. As France now, I guess, is feeling strong enough to attack. Russia mobilizing their 6-pounders, probably going to pull them back so they don't lose them. I mean, France does have cav. I mean, if Uvra was alive, they could have helped so much with so many of these engagements instead of going off on their own and then, you know, dying in the fields away from the enemy.
Our men are running, sir.
Wait, who's running and why are you running? Oh, what is this? What happened here? Is this a general? Oh, no. Oh, no. This is why you keep your general by your units. Imagine if he's over here. Oh, no. He may have forgotten him. Oh, well, we do have heavy cav charging with the lines. Russia is in a little bit of trouble if they can't manage to fight this. I mean, this charge is a little bit sloppy for France. Their units are just all messed up here. All messed up, but they're still charging in, and Russia is still going to have a problem here. Oh, it's a mess. France does not, or Russia does not want this to have to happen. Looks like they've actually footed some of those charges pretty well. They do have a general. They do have dragoons. They're going to send them in because Russia is actually breaking. Oh, no. There we go. Get that flanking charge. The line infantry. Send in the cavalry. You're going to need them because this is actually looking pretty successful for France. Ay, ay, ay. Russia cannot lose this flank. If they lose this flank, it doesn't matter. There's nothing on the Russian other flank here. This is it. Now it looks like they're getting a good counter charge off. They may actually break the French here, but both sides are going to be so weakened that I feel like it's not going to be effective. Whoever wins is not going to really be able to help out much on this side. I mean, oh wow, Russia is actually advancing here. France has fallen back, I guess, way more into the woods unless they've totally mobilized to this other side. Yeah, France is going to be very cautious now. You know they're not going to attack, especially if their ally is losing this left flank. But Russia seems to be victorious. Pyrrhic victory of sorts. But France is now probably going to totally retreat. They have lost their cavalry. They have lost their lines. And it did not pay off in the end. So there's seriously a fight happening here. What is France doing? French units just hiding here. I mean, they can reunite with these 3 units and maybe, you know, get some sort of stand here, delay this Russian flank. This is not the grand Borodino fight that I thought it would be in the end. Both sides are just being a little bit hesitant. But at a certain point, you have to attack here. And France is getting ready to defend as Russia pushes up this hill into the birch trees. Going point blank almost with that artillery piece. And we do have cavalry charging some skirmishers. Some more Kazakis maybe going for a general. As France is actually charging their cav across at the same time to hit this light infantry. Uh-oh. Oh no, France lost their general. So many generals being killed here. And now the artillery is going to get charged as France can't really see to won't probably be able to retrieve anything from this, as everything just mass routes. And now it seems there will be one last stand here. Man, it's, you know, the armies are not that much. A lot of the men have died now, guys. I mean, it's a lot of losses. A Pyrrhic victory, to be sure. Russia on this side, this left flank for Russia is definitely a little better off. They haven't really had to fight a whole lot yet, so now is their turn to engage. Cavalry charging in. Let's see if France forms a square. Nope. And now it's time to send in the lines with the cav support. And France probably will start to break here. I swear it's formed, but Russia can charge it with some lines, making these sappers, I'm assuming they're sappers or grenadiers, either or. Did Ubrov's cav come back? No. Yeah, Ubrov was gone a long time ago. And now it's just a cleanup here. Russia, Duktorov is going to attack. I mean, they actually have a slight fight on their hands. Oh, the generals are dying. All the generals are dying. This Dragoon unit, I'd pull them out here. It's not worth losing a really good cav unit. You need them to counter this Cuirassier that Russia, or that France has. Oh, they lose them. Hopefully they'll come back, though. That's still 62 men. Definitely worth it to try to get them back and then save them. Russia should have been pushing while this unit could have been pushing up the hill and probably can start collapsing this whole French side. They lost their general. Now it's time to deal the death blow here. Russia's tying him up here on the flank, I guess, or on the front. France has formed a last defensive line here. Russia does still have some cavalry that's fresh. I would start inching up infantry a lot closer. Ooh, artillery. Whose artillery was that? Oh, it's France going for some action across the river. This is going to die. These French troops are going to die. We'll watch them die, though. Nice charge. I mean, that was actually a really good charge. Probably not enough. They got volleyed as they ran across the river, and Bavaria is going in for a last hurrah. Russia is going to close in on the last of the French troops, as this will be it, guys. Who's farming over here? Who be farming? All right, well, that'll be the battle, guys. Last Russian forces are going to encircle this French resistance. France had it going very well in the beginning. Unfortunately, I think they're just a little too late to push this right flank. Usually, as in Borodino, you have a couple options. You push far right and collapse down this road and hit their flank, while you have forces engage them in the center. You go left, try pushing around this side, because usually a fully frontal charge here, unless you have a lot of cav to back it up, is going to be suicide. You are going to lose in the fields. There's just so many earthworks. Artillery can set up in multiple positions. Russia can fall back. Russia can fall back. They can hold like right on this hill with the earthworks, and they can fall back to this river. Nice barrier. They can even fall back further. They can just constantly fall back along this whole side. It's rough to play as France, to be sure. It is rough, especially if Russia brings artillery. You're just gonna get shot to pieces. I'm gonna fast forward here, and yeah, I think despite the fact that Ubrov lost their cav, they still were able to. Russia was still able to capitalize the win. I think it was just some poorly planned attacks by France. They really did not commit their cav well for having heavy cav. They tried saving it for cav engagements. I've said this, the best rule of thumb, guys, use your cav, your heavy cav against infantry, and then let their cav die against your infantry. That's what you got to use it, especially fighting against Russia. Heavy cav would be so amazing. to use against the Russian infantry. They have no squares. The morale is pretty bad. They do have some good shooting for some of the units, light infantry and such, and they have decent morale, but against heavy cav, it is totally useless. You saw the light infantry get swept away by that cross-tier unit. Anyway, let's see the kills here. The artillery got 99 kills. I'm sure this was running down some units, but you never know, I guess. Considering that we lost 9 men, I'm assuming they were running down units and making sure they didn't come back. You can see Russia didn't actually get that many kills here, but didn't matter. Russia took the field. France has been forced back from Borodino, and you can say goodbye to Moscow. But hey, maybe they'll get away before the Russian winter. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me today. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to work the next 2 days, so no videos over the next 2 days, but I'll be back for some more in the next 4 days. So thank you all so much for your support on the channel. Greatly appreciated. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.